Hi friends, welcome back! Today I'm finally bringing you a video that I wanted to film for a long time, which is how I film my art videos, focusing mainly on short form content, my favorite accessories, editing apps, etc. I got many questions about it and we'll answer them all today. So grab a snack and let's talk about filming your art. Now, not many artists enjoy filming their art process. You might be one of those people who find it very stressful, and I was one too, but personally, part of my work is also being on social media and I actually enjoy it, so I needed to find a way to make it simple and fun. My main concern is to keep the process as effortless and fast as possible so that I can focus on making art and doing my thing, while also creating great quality content. All the steps I'll show you are things that you need to adjust only once. We are going to set up your space. Pretty much. These are, in my experience, the most important things we want to focus on: accessories, lighting, and camera angles. I will also give you some suggestions on editing later in the video, but for now, let's start by talking about the accessories I use. So, as I mentioned before, it is crucial for me to make the filming process as fast and effortless as possible. In order to achieve that, you want to choose the right accessories that work for you and not against you. In this contest, less is definitely more, and you don't have to break the bank to buy a super sophisticated tripod. The one I use is a table stand from Newer. This is actually born as a microphone holder, but as you can see, the screw has a small attachment adaptable to your own phone grip. It is cheap, it stays in place, and you can rotate it however you prefer. I normally position it sideways, kinda in a 3/4 angle, but since it can move up, you can also use it from a top view as well. This is what I use on all my videos filmed from the top. One big advantage of this stand is that you will pretty much never cut its little foot in the footage when filming from the top, like it might happen with one of the usual phone stands. Also, it is extremely stable. You can draw and film effortlessly without worrying of knocking it over. Now, how can we make this even more effortless? With a MagSafe phone grip. This one is from Ulanzi. I actually showed it on my 2024 desk setup video, and as you can see, you just pop your phone on it and you're good to go. The MagSafe is super strong, so don't worry, your phone won't fall down and you can rotate it however you wish. Now, this obviously only works with an iPhone, and if you happen to have a different phone, like I had too, this also offers the standard grip. Or, if you really want that magnet feature, you can buy a little MagSafe ring and apply it to your phone cover. Simple as that. An extra I want to show you, but this isn't necessary at all, is my little GorillaPod. I use this when I want a B-roll, meaning a second point of view of my scene, and my Sony ZV-1 goes on it. This really is something I mainly use on my YouTube videos. I don't find it necessary for my short form content, but it's a fun accessory to own because you can grip it, position it, or place it wherever you want. And with accessories out of the way, let's move on to the most important thing when filming videos. Before cameras, before editing, before accessories, it comes light. You can have the most expensive setup, but if your environment isn't lit properly, you're gonna have a hard time getting good footage. I predominantly prefer natural light. Natural light from a window or a balcony even is your best friend. If you're in the process of building your studio or your drawing setup, try to position it in a way that your desk will be lit by a good amount of sunlight. I suggest you to get a nice curtain to diffuse the light so you don't have any harsh shadows. But what if your desk isn't in a fantastic position and you still want to make that extra effort to have good lighting? For example, I am right-handed and my Windows is placed on my right side. That unfortunately casts an awful shadow when I draw traditionally. When working digitally, it's not that much of a problem because the light from the screen compensates for that, so how do we fix that easily? When I film at night, which I have done before, I try to be surrounded by light to bounce off the shadow. For example, I have different LED lights on my walls. My monitors already create a good amount of bounce light, and I also have a small USB LED light. I got this at IKEA ages ago and it helps with that. If you want to step it up a little bit, just get a nice LED panel like this one. This is from Newer and it came in a set of 2. I like to place it in a way that emulates natural light, behind the curtain for example, or from the top at the lowest setting. I find that it gives the most natural result on camera. You don't want it to look like you placed a concert spotlight on your drawing. These of course are all additional things that you can set up once, turn it on and you're good to go. But for my taste, I prefer natural light anyways, so I always try to film during the day when I have the chance. So now that your environment is optimized for filming, I want to touch the topic of camera settings and angles. The majority of you, me included, will be filming your vertical content with your phone, and I had a question some time ago that I saved for this video, which was why my videos don't look high quality once they are posted. And first of all, let's talk about your camera. I highly suggest you to film your videos in 4K 60fps if your phone allows that. The file will be heavier, but you don't have to keep it on your phone after you're done with editing, so try to use the best settings that your phone offers. If you're filming on one of the most recent iPhones, remember to turn off the macro lens. You might accidentally switch to that by getting too close with your hand, and that lowers the quality dramatically. Next, if you're filming digital art, make sure to lower the screen luminosity of your iPad. That will avoid light flickering, and also your camera won't have to balance such dramatic light change, keeping your background well lit. Also, this is good for your eyes, so you will avoid straining while drawing. Some of you have asked me why I keep Procreate on light mode, and that's the reason. If you keep it in dark mode, your camera will constantly have to adjust to the different luminosity of the screen, throwing off the white balance every time you zoom in and out with your canvas. You want it to be as uniform as possible. I know it takes a bit of getting used to, and you don't have to use it all the time, obviously. You can only switch up to it when you're filming, but try it out and let me know. Your footage should turn out much better. Now some suggestions for your camera angles. There are a couple things that, in my opinion, throw off your entire video that you can easily adjust by setting up your camera properly. For example, setting the camera on the same side as the hand you use to draw. Your camera should always go on the opposite side, otherwise it's gonna be hard to see what you're doing. I know this sounds obvious, but since I have seen this, I don't want to take anything for granted. Make sure you position your iPad and camera in a way that doesn't reflect the light, especially if you're drawing without a matte screen protector. And on that note, if you're working on a glossy screen, make sure to clean it well before filming. To edit my videos, I have two apps I use daily, CapCut, and the new recent entry is the Edits app, which is free. Both are super easy to use. You can edit your videos however you please, but I want to focus mainly on your export settings. Make sure you set it on 4K 60fps if you filmed in 4K, of course, and I usually keep the HDR turned on so your videos will pop on the feed. And when you're ready to post, another thing you want to check on your IG especially is that the high quality uploads is turned on. This is super important and many people don't know about it, so don't forget. I want to conclude this video by saying that you don't have to film your artistic process if you don't want to. The frustration is real on social media today. Artists struggle to get discovered because we are living in an era where the attention span is low and video content is preferred over photos and still images. And if you made it till this point in the video, hi! And also, with the rise of AI generated images, as artists feel the urge to show how we work and say, here I am, I'm real, I am creating this with my own hands, from my own brain. I am lucky because I enjoy filming and making videos in general, and I also like to rewatch myself drawing to improve my skills. If you hate it though, I can imagine how daunting it can be, especially if you feel forced to do it for social media only. So I really hope this video helped you understand that with a little initial effort to set up your space, the rest is just you making your art and just pressing rec. What I'm trying to say is, do not lose yourself into this social media mechanism. Always think of what you enjoy doing, always put your art first and your imagination first, and the rest will come naturally. Because if you're thinking about, oh, I have to film a video of me drawing and post it, before thinking, I want to create something today, you won't even be inspired, and I don't want you to burn out. So please keep that in mind, and I am saying that from the point of view of someone who does this for a living. So keep on making art. And that's it, you guys. I hope you find this information useful, and thank you all so much for supporting my channel. I'll see you all on my next video. Bye!